Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of Medieval History SSC PYQs Part 1. In today's session, we are going to discuss the question that had been asked earlier, and we will start learning about these questions and their answers that will help us in the upcoming exams. So let's start. Before we start, the images, text and other materials used in our presentations are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the same. So first question that we have with us, arrange the following in chronological order and dynasties in the chronological order according to their establishment. Options are Tughlaqs, Lodhis, Sayyid, Ilbari Turks and Khiljis. And options are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, 1 or 4, 5, 1, 3, 2. So the correct answer for this question will be D option, that is 4, 5, 1, 3 and 2. Let's see that what we can learn more about it. So first of all, Ilbari Turks, also known as the slave dynasty, was reigned from 1206 to 1290 AD. Then Khilji dynasty, they ruled from 1290 to 1320. Then Tughlaq dynasty ruled from 1320 to 1414. And Sayyid dynasty ruled from 1414 to 1451. Then came the last Lodi dynasty, and Lodi dynasty ruled from 1451 to 1526. And Ibrahim Lodi was the last ruler, and he was defeated by Babur in the first battle of Panipat in 1526. And that is how the Delhi Sultanate ended and the Mughal Empire established their rule in our country. So do remember, the correct answer is D. The Lodi dynasty was founded by, options are Ibrahim Lodi, Sikandar Lodi, Bahlul Lodi or Khijr Khan. And if we talk about the Lodi dynasty, the Lodi dynasty was founded by Bahlul Lodi, that is option C. The Lodi dynasty in India arose around 1451 after the Sayyid dynasty. The Lodi Empire was established by Bahlul Lodi, the Ghizlai tribe of the Afghans. So this was the first Afghani dynasty in our country in the Delhi Sultanate. And Bahlul Lodi replaced the Sayyid dynasty. The last ruler of Sayyid dynasty was Alauddin Alam Shah, and he gave up his throne and gave to Bahlul Lodi. After Bahlul Lodi came the Sikandar Lodi, and Sikandar Lodi is famous for introducing Gaje Sikandari. So correct answer is C. Harshvardhan was defeated by, options are Prabhakar Vardhan, Pulkeshin II, Narsimha Varma Palwa or Shashank. So if we talk about the Harshvardhan, so Harshvardhan was defeated by Pulkeshin II. When Harshvardhan was on his way to take control of the south, he was defeated by the Chalukya ruler, that was Pulkeshin II, and that was around 618 to 619 AD at the Narmada river, besides the Narmada river. So correct answer is Pulkeshin II. Pulkeshin II defeated Harshvardhan on the banks of Narmada in the winter of 618 to 619 AD. Pulkeshin II entered into the treaty with Harshvardhan with the Narmada river designated as the border between the Chalukya Empire and that of Harshvardhan. The defeat of Harshvardhan marked the end of the Pushyabhuti dynasty. Harshvardhan's father was Prabhakar Vardhan, and this dynasty was founded by Pushyabhuti. Earlier, the capital of Vardhan dynasty was Thaneshwar. Later, it was transferred to Kannauj. Who among the following was an illiterate? Options are Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Akbar, or Aurangzeb. So, correct answer for this question will be C option, that is Akbar. Let's talk more about it. So Akbar remained illiterate and uneducated all his life. He had to occupy the throne at the early age of 13 years after the untimely death of his father Humayun. He reigned from 1556 to 1605 and extended Mughal power over most of the Indian subcontinent. So correct answer is C option, that is Akbar. Mention the place where Buddha attained enlightenment. Options are Sarnath, Bodh Gaya, Kapilvastu, or Rajgrah. So if we talk about Gautam Buddha, so there are certain places and certain years that are important, and he attained enlightenment at Bodh Gaya. It is famously known as Gaya and also known as Bodh Gaya. This was the place where he attained enlightenment under a peepal tree besides Niranjana river. And after the enlightenment, he gave the first sermon at Sarnath. So Bodh Gaya is a religious site and place of pilgrimage associated with the Mahabodhi temple complex in Gaya, district of Bihar. It is famous as it is the place where Gautam Buddha is said to have obtained enlightenment under what became known as the Bodhi tree. Bodh Gaya is the most important of the main four pilgrimage sites related to the life of Gautam Buddha. All the famous incidents happened in the life of Gautam Buddha happened on Vaisakh Purnima, like his birth, he left the home, he attained enlightenment, and also his Mahaparinirvan. All things happened on the same day, that is Vaisakh Purnima. That is why Vaisakh Purnima is also celebrated as Buddha Purnima. So correct answer is B option. Coronation of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj took place in. Options are 1627 AD, 1674 AD, 1680 AD, or 1670 AD. So the coronation of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj happened in 1674 AD. So Shivaji Maharaj or Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was coronated on 6 June 1674 at Raigad Fort. The ceremony was conducted as per the Shastras by Vishweshwar or Gaga Bhatt of Varanasi. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is known as a warrior king whose bravery and chivalry enriched the history of Maratha Empire and made him one of the best kings in the region. After him came the Sambhaji Maharaj, that was also famously known as Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, and he also got a nickname called Dharam Veer, that is the protector of Dharma. Name the Maratha saint who was the contemporary of Shivaji. That means who was there during the time when Shivaji Maharaj was ruling the Maratha Empire. Options are Saint Eknath, Sant Tukaram, Sant Dhyaneshwar, or Sant Namdev. So the Maratha saint who was a contemporary of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was Sant Tukaram. So Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the great Maratha king and founder of a nationalist tradition, was contemporary of Tukaram. Tukaram introduced Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj to Ramdas for his spiritual education. So do remember the correct answer is B option, that is Sant Tukaram. Who was the teacher of Gautam Buddha? Options are Panini, Alar Kalam, Kapil or Patanjali. So before Gautam Buddha started preaching himself or teaching himself, before that he got to know about lot about meditation, and that was taught to him by Alar Kalam. So Alar Kalam was a hermit saint and a teacher of yogic meditation who lived near Rajgrah. According to the Pali Canon scriptures, he was one of the teachers of Gautam Buddha. Where did Buddha deliver his first sermon? Options are Sarnath, Rajgrah, Kapilvastu or Bodh Gaya. So Gautam Buddha got his delivered first sermon at A option, that is Sarnath. Let's talk more on this. So after attaining enlightenment at Bodh Gaya, the Buddha went to Sarnath and preached his first discourse in the deer park to set in motion the wheel of the Dharma. So correct answer is Sarnath. And the maximum sermons were given at Shravasti, and he attained enlightenment in Bodh Gaya. Name the Mughal prince who translated Bhagavad Gita into Persian. Options are Dara Shikoh, Suleiman Shikoh, Khusru or Murad. And the Bhagavad Gita was translated into Persian by A option, that is Dara Shikoh, that was the elder brother of Aurangzeb. And if someone asks you that Bhagavad Gita was translated into English by whom, that was done by Charles Wilkins. So the Mahabharata was translated into Persian during Akbar's time, and that was named as Razanama. His great-grandson Dara Shikoh translated the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita into Persian. The significant result of such cultural mixing was that most people became bilingual or skilled in two languages or even more. So correct answer is A option, Dara Shikoh. Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated in the Second Battle of Tarain by. Options are Mahmud Ghazni, Muhammad Ghori, Qutbuddin Aibak or Yildiz. So during the Second Battle of Tarain, that was fought in 1192 AD, the Prithviraj Chauhan III was defeated by B option, that is Muhammad Ghori, who was also famously known as Sahabuddin Muhammad bin Sam or Sam bin Sam. So in 1191, the first Battle of Tarain, in which Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori, and after that, just 1 year after, 1192, the second Battle of Tarain, in which Muhammad Ghori defeated Prithviraj Chauhan III. And that is how the Turks established their empire in India, which was later known as the Delhi Sultanate. What was the original name of Nana Fadnavis? Options are Maharji Scindia, Tukoji Holkar, Narayan Rao, Balaji Janardhan Bhanu. So Nana Fadnavis original name was Balaji Janardhan Bhanu. So Nana Fadnavis, also known as the Balaji Janardhan Bhanu, was an influential minister and statesman of the Maratha Empire during the Peshwa administration in Pune, India. And it was him who particularly led the Peshwaship after becoming a regent, and it is under him only that after the death of Narayan Rao, the Madhav Rao II became the Peshwa, and it is only during his time the first Anglo-Maratha war happened. And after the death of Madhav Rao, he was the one who set Bajirao II on the throne. So the name, remember the name, Nana Fadnavis. The city of Prayag was named Allahabad, the city of Allah, by options are Aurangzeb, Akbar, Shah Jahan, or Bahadur Shah Zafar. So correct answer is B option, that is Akbar. So Emperor Akbar named Prayagraj as Allahabad, or also called as Allahabad, city of God, also called Allahabad in 1575. The city of Allahabad is situated at the confluence of three rivers, the Ganga, Yamuna, and the invisible Saraswati. Every 12th year, when the waters are felt to be especially purifying, Allahabad holds a much greater festival called Kumbh Mela, built by Emperor Akbar in 1583 AD. The Allahabad fort stands on the banks of river Yamuna near the confluence site, that is Sangam. So it is talking about the Allahabad fort. So Allahabad fort was established by Akbar, and Kumbh Mela was an ancient mela that was used to be presented in this region of Prayagraj in every 12 years, and it is being done from the ancient times. So correct answer is B option, that is Akbar. It was also named Allahabad because of the purpose to spread Deen-e Ilahi among the people. So for that purpose, Allahabad was also termed as Allahabad. So that is why we get two names of Allahabad, of Prayagraj. One is Allahabad, another is Allahabad, and the original was Prayagraj. What is the first sermon of Buddha called as? Options are Mahaparinivan Sutta, Brahma Ajala Sutta, Dharam Chakra Parivartan Sutta, or Kachayan Agota Sutta. So the first sermon of Gautam Buddha that was given at Sarnath was famously known as C option, Dharam Chakra Parivartan Sutta. That's C. So the Dharam Chakra Parivartan Sutta is considered to be a record of the first teaching given by Gautam Buddha after he attained enlightenment. The main topic of this sutra is the Four Noble Truths, which are the central teachings of Buddhism that provide a unifying theme or conceptual framework for all of Buddhist thoughts. So correct answer is C option. Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha together are known as. Options are Triratna, Trivarga, Trisarga, or Trimurti. So in case of Buddhism, these three Ratans are famously known together as A option, that is Triratna. So the three jewels, Triratna, are the three things that Buddhists take refuge in and look towards for guidance in the process known as taking refuge. The three jewels are Buddha, Dham and Sangha. Pulkeshin II was the greatest ruler of the. Options are Chalukyas of Kalyani, Palwas of Kanchi, Cholas of Tamil Nadu, or Chalukyas of Badami. So Pulkeshin II was very famous after he defeated Harshvardhan in 618, 619 besides the Narmada River, and he's the greatest ruler of dynasty called Chalukyas of Badami. So Chalukya have different factions, and out of that, Chalukya of Badami had the greatest ruler, that was Pulkeshin II. So Pulkeshin II, that was from 610 to 642 AD, was the most famous ruler of the Chalukya dynasty. In his reign, the Chalukyas of Badami saw their kingdom extend over most of the Deccan. So correct answer is D. The Uttara Merur inscription provides information on the administration of the options are Pallavas, Cholas, Chalukyas, or Satvahans. So correct answer for this question will be B option, that is Cholas. So an inscription of the 8th century AD at Uttara Meru temple describes the constitution of the local council, eligibility and disqualifications for the candidates, the method selection, their duties, and delimits their power in Chola dynasty. So correct answer is B. Who was the founder of Lodi dynasty? Options are Bahlol Lodi, Sikandar Shah Lodi, Jalal Khan Lodi, or Ibrahim Lodi. So if we talk about the Lodi dynasty, so it has three kings: Bahlol Lodi, Sikandar Lodi, and Ibrahim Lodi. Ibrahim Lodi was the last. So correct answer is Bahlol Lodi, that is option A. So Bahlol Khan Lodi was the founder of Lodi dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate in India. Upon the abdication of the last claimant from the previous Sayyid rule. So correct answer is A. Where did Aurangzeb die? Options are Pune, Aurangabad, Ahmednagar, or Mumbai. So Aurangzeb was one of the famous king of Mughal Empire, and he was the last of the strongest ruler of Mughal Empire, and he died in Aurangabad. So the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, also known as Alamgir, is one of the most hated men in Indian history. He was the sixth Mughal emperor who ruled over almost the entire South Asia for a period of 49 years. Aurangzeb was born on 3rd November 1618 in Dahod, Gujarat. He was the third son and sixth child of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. He died a natural death in 1707 at the age of 90. So correct answer is B option, that is Aurangabad. He was also famously known as Zinda Pir. Which one of the following is not a sect of Buddhism? Options are Mahayana, Hinayan, Digambar, or Theravada. So if we talk about the Buddhism sect, so correct answer is Digambar. So Digambar is one of the two major schools of Jainism, the other being Shwetambar. The monks of Digambar sect do not wear clothes because they believe that salvation can be achieved by relinquishing all materialistic things, including clothes. The Digambar sect worship the idols. These do not even possess a single piece of thread. Answer is Digambar, and Digambar and Shwetambar are related to Jainism, and these two sects were divided among Jainism in the first council of Jainism. And if we talk about Buddhism, so Buddhism has three important sects. One and two of them are the most famous and mostly followed, and these are Hinayan and Mahayan, in which the original teaching was given in Hinayan. Which one of the following was the book written by Amog Varsh, the Rashtrakuta king? Options are Adi Purana, Ganit Asara Samagraha, Saktayana, or Kaviraj Marga. So if we talk about the book written by the Amog Varsh, the Rashtrakuta king, that was Kaviraj Amarga. So Amog Varsh I was a follower of the Digambar branch of Jainism. His own writing, Kaviraj Marga, is a landmark literary work in the Kannada language and became a guide book for future poets and scholars for centuries to come. So correct answer is D option. Who built the Kailashnath temple at Ellora? Options are Rajendra I, Mahendra Varman I, Krishna I, or Govind I. So Kailashnath temple is one of the most famous marvelous architecture, and the most famous thing about this architecture is that it was built upside down, and it was built by Krishna I. So the Kailash temple is a famous rock cut monument, one of the 34 monasteries and temples known collectively as the Ellora caves, extending over more than 2 kilometers. The temple was commissioned and completed between dated 757 to 783 CE when Krishna I ruled the Rashtrakuta dynasty. It is designed to recall Mount Kailash, the home of Lord Shiva. It is a megalith carved out of one single rock. It was built in the 8th century by the Rashtrakuta king Krishna I. So correct answer is C option. The land measures of the second Pandyan Empire was mentioned in. Options are Thala Vaipuram copper plates, Uttira Meru inscription, Kudu Mia Malai inscription, or Kasakudi copper plates. So correct answer for this will be Thala Vaipuram copper plates. The Thalavaippuram copper plates belonging to the period between 1018 to 1054, brought out by the Pandya kings, describe giant waves, most possibly a tsunami. So correct answer is A option. The greatest king of the Pratihar dynasty was. Options are Bhoj, also famously known as Mihir Bhoj, Danti Durg, Nagbhat II, or Vatsaraj. So if we talk about the greatest king of Pratihar dynasty, that was Bhoj, or famously known as Mihir Bhoj. So correct answer for this question will be A option, that is Bhoj or Mihir Bhoj. He was also the one who controlled Kannauj for the maximum period of time during his reign, and he was the most famous king of Pratihar dynasty, also known as Gurjar Pratihar dynasty. So Mihir Bhoj was a ruler of the Gurjar Pratihar dynasty of India. Bhoj's empire extended to Narmada River in the south, Satluj River in the northwest, and up to Bengal in the east. Which one of the following pair is not correctly matched? Options are Akbar Todarmal, Chanakya Chandragupta, Vikramaditya Chaitanya, or Harshvardhan Wenzang. So the pair that is not correctly matched is C option, that is Vikramaditya and Chaitanya. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived in the empire at the time of Emperor Pratap Rudra Gajapatis and stayed for 18 long years at Puri. And Vikramaditya was the name given to a lot of rulers, but famously it is associated with the name called Chandragupta II, and that is of the Gupta dynasty. And that's it in this session. I hope you learned a lot of things with the help of these questions. I will meet you in the next session. Till then, bye bye and thank you.